Okay, so you guys have been asking for more top 10 videos, and I love to make people happy, even at the expense of my own sanity. Oh, why does this hurt me so much?
Hey, I'm Annie, and this is Why You Should Love Music.
Okay, so here is my top 10 list of my favorite 21 Pilots songs. That's an impossible task, I hope you all realize. Every single 21 Pilots song is in my top 10 21 Pilots songs. I love every single one of them with all of my heart. Nevertheless, I sat down and ripped my heart up and narrowed it down to 10 songs. Let's dive in. Before we get into it, I just want to say Kitchen Sink is an obvious shoo-in for the top 10, but it's not on my list. And some of you might have a heart attack, so I just want to warn you ahead of time. The reason why it's not on my list, there are a few reasons. First of all, I tried to exclude any songs from Regional at Best because that album is not available legally online, unless you own the CD, you can't get it. And so I did not want to be the cause of any moral dilemma over digital rights and licensing. I thought I'd save you that heartache, so I tried to leave all the Regional at Best songs off this list, as difficult as that was. However, because I'm me, I cannot follow all the rules to a T. I did include one song from Regional at Best, but there is a live version on their YouTube channel available for you to watch legally, so you'll see that when it comes, you'll know. So for that song, you can just look up and watch the live version if you are not one of the lucky few that got one of the CDs when it was available. Oh. I'm gonna have a heart stroke. Okay, alright, without further ado, I give you my number 10 song, Car Radio. So this is one of the more iconic 21 Pilots song. It's just like classic Tyler. You get this beautiful ethereal piano, weird rhythm, slam poetry, you got some screaming, you have a really important, heavy message given to you in a very bizarre, ordinary situation. It's classic Tyler. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's beautiful, and I love every part of it. It also has this is kind of a theme throughout all 21 Pilots music, but also has this gorgeous blend of very electronic, exaggerated, overproduced sounds with very organic, raw sounds. And of course, it has the patented Tyler scream in it, so you have to love it just for that. Number 9 is Message Man. I love this song. Okay, I'm going to stop saying I love this song so much because I'll say that every time. I love all the songs, even the ones that didn't make my list. Okay, Message Man, I'm pretty sure has rhythm harder than diamonds. It's insane. The rhythm is fire absolute the whole way through, and every time you think it's reached the pinnacle, then it just rockets up another several thousand levels. Also, I love this song if just for the line, "You don't know my brain the way you know my name, you don't know my heart the way you know my face." That's such a beautiful, epically packaged sentiment. Also, that triplet rap though, it's so beautiful and stupidly, simply, gorgeously amazing, and I love I am broken. Moving on. Screen. Iconic piano line is iconic. I'm sorry, it's this weird emotional metaphor that makes you want to cry because it's so beautifully weird. That ukulele though, right? Am I right? I'm right. This song is a living embodiment of the sentiment that you can scream at the top of your lungs in a crowd full of people the things that you're afraid to whisper alone into the darkness. Any song that just confesses insecurities or vulnerabilities in such an unconcerned way automatically owns my heart. It automatically endears me to it, and I have a strong bond with it. Also, it's like the Teletubbies. The next song is Trees. It's stupidly beautiful. Okay, I'm not a big person, well, that's also true. I'm not very big on minimalism, especially in art and in writing. I tend to really gravitate towards the very wordy, complex, intricate rhythms and writing. And not a lot can make me feel a lot with a little. And Trees is one of those things. It's so beautifully sparse, and it just makes you feel all the feels. It gets you, it rips apart your heart and soul and lets you fly free into the ether. And all it has to do is just, hello, and you're just gone. It's stupidly amazing. The depth that is explored and laid bare in such raw power with so little. It doesn't make any sense. It boggles the mind. The judge, wow, I probably should have stayed inside my house. Besides being stupidly relatable, again with that ukulele, it just like takes charge in this like beautifully weird, unconcerned way. Like it shouldn't fit there, but it's like, no, I'm the leader. And you're like, you're right, Strains ukulele, you are the leader. You can do whatever you want and I will follow you. This song is just like the unfettered internalized ambiguity of moral standing is just beautiful and stupidly brave. Like, why, how? So many questions. The answer to all of them is yes. I am a pro at imperfections and I'm best friends with my doubt. Also, okay, and then you get to this point where it's just like, it's going, and then there's the piano that's like, and you're like, Chopsticks, what are you doing here? It belongs there. Everything is out of place, but you feel like it belongs. And just, it is so unperturbed at its confusion that it makes you believe in insanity. You look chaos and disorder and confusion in the face and you're like, yes, this is how it should be. I understand. It's stupidly wonderful. The next song is Lovely. That wobbly piano synth that opens it, and that's like kind of the trademark of the song, owns my heart. Why? I don't know. I just hear it and I'm like, here you go. It's my heart. It belongs to you. And also, right in the introduction with the lyrics, you have this sort of like sense of concrete poetry in that he uses sort of creepy imagery, but he uses it in a way so that you're like, oh, that's so adorable and beautiful. And he makes you believe that it's lovely, even though cobwebs and flies are coming out of your mouth. That's so beautiful. I love it. That's adorable and sweet. And again with this song, it has like this confoundingly, chaotically beautiful symbiotic relationship between these over-exaggerated, produced electronic weirdness, and then you just have like this raw, organic purity of sound, and they blend together so perfectly. You almost, if you are not in your head, you almost wouldn't be able to even recognize the disparity between the sounds, and it just fuses them. Just the harmony between like coarse, gritty brashness and then just like soft, pure delicacy is absolutely perfect in every way. Next song is Lane Boy. Okay, here's another example of like a minimalized song structure that should not be enough to carry the weight of the song, and yet it does, like, easily. It's so brave in its abandonment of the treble tones and of what we normally consider the regular, typical structure of a song. It just uses two chords, one barely, and it's like bass and drums and my voice. And it's fantastic. I don't even have a good reason for loving this song. I just love it. It just lives in my heart as one of my favorite songs of all time, and it doesn't even need a reason to be there. It just one day marched up and was like, boom, here I am, I'm not leaving. Deal with it. And I was like, you know what? That's correct. And then thematically, the song is also really important because it talks about, well, especially in music today, this is very indicative of who 21 Pilots is, but then just in life and in general, I think it's so important to kind of eschew labels and not be so concerned with what we ought to be or what we have been, because it's really truly liberating to kind of forget about that and to not pay attention. And life is creation and life is reinvention, and there's nothing in this world that is stuck where it is. In fact, entropy won't allow it. So this song is just all about the freedom to be whatever you want moving forward, regardless of where you have been. And also, anyone who tells you otherwise can shut up and get out of the way. The next song is Holding On To You. I'm stupidly in love with this song. This song would have made it into the top if it was only for the phrase, "we were gifted with thought." It's one of my favorite lyrics, probably in all of 21 Pilots' discography. Actually, that whole bridge is probably one of my favorite moments musically and lyrically. That whole part, lean with it, rock with it. It's stupidly fantastic. But there are so many other brilliant moments all throughout the song leading up to that makes it even more fantastically brilliant. I kind of can't handle how stupidly wonderful this song is. Why is there so much goodness in one song? I don't understand. I can't handle this. We're moving on. Okay, so this song is Polarize. This song is a bit of a sleeper song for me. When I first heard it, I loved it, but it wasn't immediately one of my favorite songs. This is one where the longer I listen to it and the longer I sit with it, it kind of seeps into my brain and into my heart and anchors itself there, and it's kind of become a part of my musical enjoyment in every facet. That was really weird. Pretend like that didn't happen. Let's start over and try again. One of my favorite parts is I wanted to be a better adversary to the evil I have done. What a beautifully weird sentiment. If you're not good at being good, then maybe at least you can be bad to the bad. I don't know why that's like a strangely hopeful sentiment. If you're like, I'm not good enough, well, let's just be worse about doing bad things. If you are always bad at stuff and you can't be good enough, then just be bad at doing bad things. It seems more manageable. I don't know why, it's bizarrely comforting. This is another one that quite frankly and quite easily just confesses shortcomings and follies, and it's just so unperturbed by it. And I don't know why I love that so much. It's just like, da 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 da, we have problems. It's just making it okay and making it accessible. I don't know why that's so beautiful to me. It just is. I don't know, this is just one of those songs that you listen to it and it doesn't make any sense until it makes perfect sense, and then it's just overwhelmingly beautiful and wonderful. And that's the end. I don't even have words. It's just fantastic. It's absolutely stupidly wonderful. It's ridiculous. It's one that the meaning has grown with every listen for me. A lot of songs, you get to a certain point where you kind of hit the ceiling and you're like, now I get it. And then it becomes a part of you from then on. But this song kind of doesn't have a cap for me. It's like it just shoots through the glass ceiling every time that you've reached the top. It just continues to grow in meaning and in sentiment and in heart. That's just me. I don't know things. Okay, the number one song on this list is Forest. This song, rein it in. Okay, this song is the song for me. Like, I don't have words to express this, but if there was like one song in all of existence and all of music, for me, this would be the song. Like, this song echoes the sounds and sentiments of my soul, and every single line just makes me want to like throw my arms as wide as they will go and like scream, yes! This thing, it's so clever and so beautiful, and I love it with every single fiber of my entire being of existence. This song is me, and I am this song. I love it unendingly. I don't have strong enough verbiage to express my love for this song, and I don't have the words or the concepts to explain to you why. It's stupidly genius. It's so clever. It's intellectual, it's emotional, it's confused, it's conflicted, it's thoughtful, it's pondering, it's humorous, it's hilarious. Because it's just like, it's bouncy and it's beautiful and it's piano and it's setting itself on fire and screaming a song that everybody knows. How can you possibly not think that that's the greatest thing that ever happened to humanity? That's the best. That's the pinnacle. That's the height. That is the height of music and poetry. Like, we're done here. Okay, so that's my playlist. If you have to pick only 10 songs that are the best 21 Pilots songs, you will leave out all of the rest. So I am 100% certain that not a single person will agree with my top 10 list. Therefore, I would love to hear what are your favorite 21 Pilots songs, because there are way too many fantastic ones that were not on this list. I would also love to hear why those ones are your favorites, or how you relate to them, or what they mean to you, because 21 Pilots songs, you can never stop talking about them. There's so much depth and intellect and history and emotion behind so many layers and metaphors and allusions and literacy. It's just brilliantly beautiful. I would love to talk to all of you about any 21 Pilots songs that you would like. Let me know what's happening in your brain. Life is up here, but we comment below. I will see you next time. I hope you're having the most fantastic day ever. And remember, stay alive. How do I end this? I can't end it. I just want to tell people to stay straight and to stay alive, but it doesn't work when I say it because it just sounds weird and like corny. I just love you all, and I'm happy to be a fan of music. I'm happy to have this music in my life. I'm happy to have you guys in my life. You're not in my life. That's a weird thing to say, but I love you regardless. I never watched the Teletubbies.